Alright guys, Tactical here back again today. Hope you're all enjoying your Saturday. Few things to discuss today. The main thing I wanted to talk about was Clayster talking about people still not turning up for scrims. Given the current environment, you would imagine there was nothing better to do right now, but I understand that some pros are probably going through a situation where it's difficult to find motivation in this time. Understandable for a lot of people, but in their particular role when you've been paid all this money, it seems somewhat difficult to justify. Not exactly sure which teams that Clayster's targeting in particular, but we'll have a look through a little bit of drama going back and forth with Pac-Man in a few minutes time. Of course, the coach of OpTic Gaming, but then Clayster did further clarify that it's not OpTic he's talking about. So, a little bit unsure what's going on right now, but like if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you're new as always. Let's hop right into it here. Firstly, wanted to talk about Warzone, because a lot of people right now, given the Valorant game is just coming out, if you guys haven't heard of Valorant, it's Riot Games' kind of attempts to break into the first-person shooter market. Very similar to Counter-Strike in a lot of ways, but has some Overwatch-style abilities, features, so looks like an interesting game. Apparently, that's launching on 128 tick servers as well, which is honestly quite remarkable. But right now, a lot of people are playing Warzone, kind of waiting for Valorant to come out. I think there's a closed beta coming out very, very soon indeed. But one of the real issues with Warzone right now, especially on the PC, is the prevalence of the hackers going around. And it's really not a good look for Call of Duty, and not a good look for Activision, because Warzone is still dominating the viewership, but a lot of the tournaments that are going on right now, especially on the PC, are getting absolutely blown out of the water with a lot of hackers. So I just wanted to share this clip on full screen. Funny tweet here from J-Cat, really. He's not cheating. He's just playing with aim assist, damn console players. You know, a little bit of tongue-in-cheek.
This guy, just to let everyone know, this guy has leveled up from level 1 to 19 just cheating and hasn't been banned. And he does this every game, and he hasn't been banned.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh my God!
He's got 1 health left. That was ridiculous. That was the best play I've ever seen in Warzone.
I hope he dies to gas. I'd crack up.
Oh.
Somebody clip that, please. Somebody clip it. This kid is cracked.
Oh my God! This is the most egregious shit I have ever seen.
Flip it!
How is this not auto flagged?
And as Slasher says here, really popular esports journalist, there's 250,000 people watching cheaters absolutely destroy and ruin the Warzone Wednesday tournament, let alone individual streamers. Call of Duty will be ruined by this if not addressed, no matter how good the game is, and mentions Valorant just after. So I believe Activision and Infinity Ward have said they've made some progress towards some sort of anti-cheat. Doesn't seem to have had that much effect so far. Of course, much bigger issue as far as I understand on PC than it is on console, but still far from ideal, and not really a good look for Call of Duty in the current circumstances. But what could be a good look, just wanted to share this. The Call of Duty League Twitter says this: despite having not announced anything yet so far, regarding the online league for the upcoming, the few months that we lay ahead of us, there is some more exhibition matches occurring this weekend on Sunday, 4 PM Eastern Time, 1 PM Pacific Time. That's 9 PM in the UK and 10 PM in Central European Time. You guys can work it out from there. Royal Ravens versus Mutineers, Legion versus Guerrilla. So some online matches that are going on. Pretty cool to see stuff like this. Hopefully, we heard Doug on stream about a week ago now saying that, well, he thinks that, well, apparently the pros have already been told what's going on for the upcoming season, and the COD League is waiting to announce it. When will that announcement happen? Maybe it'll be on stream tomorrow when we get these exhibition matches streamed. With any luck, hopefully that'll be the case, but I kind of doubt it. Hopefully things get going very, very soon indeed, though, but at least there is some professional Call of Duty to watch this weekend. Hopefully to lick our lips a little bit for the upcoming season. Hopefully it's announced kind of soon, because we should have had some great Call of Duty by now if this whole situation didn't arrive. Wanted to mention this as well. A couple of days ago we talked about Formula and RCT swapping roles. Formula on the MP5, RC's on the main AR. Once again, Gumbolt here with this Reddit thread, just talking about exactly what that looked like. Funny clip from this stream as well, which I'll share for you guys. Scum versus Karma, so I thought that was kind of entertaining, but this is what things look like overall. So think, well, as you can see right here, Formula basically a 1KD, RC's a 1.06, so if you guys are keeping up with whether this change could be a good idea, this is a pretty large map set to have a look at that in a little bit more depth. And versus Seattle Surge, they had a pretty damn good result. And I'll share a funny clip from Karma versus Scub here on stream.
What you have right the fuck now? If he gets through, I have front door.
Cat is open. Cat. I'll go cat.
You have dirt?
By my life. Outer, empty weak outer, you should on me. Yeah, one outer.
Hit same with the nade.
I'm hitting Zig, dude. I have my timing. Zig dead. Oh, just kidding. Just got dunked on, man.
Oh my god.
I can't play, dude. Oh. Easy prey, easy day. What is this shit, man?
Dude, David is typing in chat way too much, man.
Look at these guys, man.
I'm losing my shit. Oh my god.
I can't.
So let's talk about this tweet. Empire Clayster, I'm actually losing full 75% of our scrims the last 2 weeks have either been cancelled last minute or people show up 30 to 60 minutes late. Professional 200k plus salaried COD players not showing up on time when we're all stuck at home anyways. Ridiculous. And there's a lot of interesting replies to this tweet because, as Martin says right here, most people replying to this tweet amongst the pros are talking about this 200k number he talks about rather than talking about the fact that maybe they haven't been showing up to scrims on time. So, and as I said, Jonathan Pac-Man does a bit of a response as we'll look at in just a second here. But interesting to see, of course, the 200k figure being thrown around. We know that these players are on a lot of money. Rumour has it that the entire team, the salary cap is about 1.25, 1.5 million, something in that region. So players can be paid up to like 300k a year, if not even more, if the teams are going to stagger it a little bit more like that. So pretty remarkable. And there's a funny reply actually from Arties that we'll just look at like right now. So Serge Joey replies, a live look at Alec Arties. Arties then says, shout out Simp, Preston, Clay and Abizi run it up. So what he's saying here is after the success of that E-United team winning the World Championships last season, Arties made an absolute bag and he's sitting pretty, and understandably so. Dashy says, definitely going to need some gifted subs from the 200k plus salary COD players. A lot of people replying to this one. Zed being like, yo, 200k for real. Von Haas has a cool idea. Conversations with Clay, that would be good to see. Maybe that will even happen. Who knows? Sim says, it's been a week since I've had a full day of scrims without a problem. Like, this is pretty unbelievable stuff given the situation right now. Especially because, supposedly, the pros know what's coming up. They know the online season is ahead. And it's going to be starting very, very soon. So surely you want to get your scrims and practice in now if there's any time to be doing it. You would be playing proper events on LAN at the current time. But as I said, a few weeks ago, I'm sure some of these teams are in the mindset of, look, it's online, doesn't really matter. Let's just turn up on the day. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, online, whatever. That's just not the attitude, right? Especially when it's possible in a few months' time that champs may still be on LAN. Like, I don't think it's incredibly likely by any means, but it's still possible that we could have a champs on LAN. That's not out of the realms of possibility, but the home series events have, of course, all been cancelled given the situation. Silly's Yola making 200k, wow. MJ Chino on OpTic right of 8 noodles for 3 months straight. Arsty's 200k rich. Irony says Clayster. So, obviously you say like Arsty's is on an absolute bag right here. Toronto Black, which is the name of the Toronto B team with Looney and Cole on that now alongside Brack and Mayhem and Kleenex and those guys. And then Pac-Man gives this reply right here. The hell are you on about, Clayster? People are dying in real life, no respawns. We gotta stay composed. Like, yeah, damn right from 10. We don't need all this drama on the timeline given the current time. But yeah, really a lot of replies to this one. Burns saying like, what's going on right here? And this was Pac-Man's follow-up to this, sitting in a lobby for over 20 minutes while the Dallas Empire fires up their modems to dominate the online scrim arena. Can't trust kids to be on time these days. So I don't know if this is a little bit tongue-in-cheek from Pac-Man, and he's just kind of saying this to rile people up because, it's interesting that Clayster comes out and says everyone's late, and then Pac-Man on OpTic Gaming, the coach of that team, then says, well, it's actually Dallas Empire being hypocritical. They're actually being late, taking 20 minutes to turn on their routers or whatever reason that they're going to come up with. So not the ideal situation. I can't believe this is really a situation that we still have to talk about. We've heard last season, of course, players not turning up to scrims on time and being late, and, they have a scrim schedule and a scrim calendar now, to my understanding. I think some of the guys who've been doing a podcast, I think maybe the Spitfire guys were trying to find that calendar so they could figure out when pros were free to try and get them on the podcast. So, they definitely, that sort of thing definitely exists, but maybe it isn't taken as seriously now that we don't have the LAN tournaments for the rest of the season. Not the attitude, though. The players that are still grinding it out and playing online and, playing a lot of scrim sets are the teams that are going to do the best. There's no denying that in my mind. Yes, the online league has more inconsistencies, but over the long run, the best teams are still going to win, and you become the best team if you practice a lot. So that's just a fact of the matter. And BB Connor says over here in the European region, the Spanish have once again told us at 6:07 for our 6 p.m. scrim they aren't playing. Suckery has unfollowed me. Can my day get any worse? Of course, Suckery on that Heretics team of last season. So some discussion here on Reddit, like, you know, how is this even happening? Like, bad sleep schedule or like hangovers. Like, I don't know why people are hanging in this time, but whatever. If I'm salaried at 200k, I'm changing my habits day one, which is true, but there's also the other side of this, which is the fact that if you're making guaranteed bank, like, you don't have to have that worry about getting yourself in that habit, because the money's going in your back pocket regardless, so you don't necessarily have to have the motivation to stay being the best. In previous seasons, if you're not the best player, it's very easy to just drop you off the team and your money has just gone out the window. That's how COD's been for a long time. Now people have got guaranteed salary. It really does change the mindset, I think, for a lot of players, which isn't ideal for a lot of teams, I believe. This is a funny comment right here. I'm nasty, got that Mamba mentality, gonna grind 9 to 6. You know, Goku, the gif is just so true. And then late to scrims, antagonistic remarks, plays poor performance on host instead of dedication, on decision making. Last when teammates argue about strategy. This is, it's almost true, too good to believe. And Clayster then does reply to I'm wicked, I'd complain too. How can you be late when you're stuck in the house? Edit seems to be OG. Not a shocker. Crim said the kids were late to scrim last year, didn't take it serious. And Clayster then replies actually wasn't OG. So even though Pac-Man's saying this stuff, and maybe Pac-Man might be right about some being hypocritical here, who knows? We were waiting on the league, just a general statement. So, you know, on the league, I guess I'm not exactly sure what this is referring to, but clearly not talking about OG in this instance. So good on Clayster for clarifying that, because it's a lot easy. It's very easy to people to make witch hunts, right? But with Dashy off the team, you'd maybe have thought that was less of an issue. Who knows? Because supposedly that's been one of Dashy's shortcomings in the last couple of years. So yeah, I thought this was an interesting thing to discuss. Leave your thoughts on that down in the comment section below. Just before we finish here then, wanted to mention this. Enable right now doing a 24-hour stream. It should still be live, so if you guys would like to check that out. It's like a charity stream, so I think they've already made $3,000, which is crazy. So if you guys would like to go and watch, I'll leave the link down in the description box below for sure. Twitch.tv/ I believe it's just Twitch.tv/ enable. So that should get the job done for you guys. Thanks for watching as always. Like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.